Can you all hear me who are online? And can you see my
Yes,
screen?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start. So today's topic is HCl, हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड. छोटा सा टॉपिक है. एक चैप्टर है तुम्हारी बुक में, स्टडी ऑफ कंपाउंड्स. उसमें 4 सब चैप्टर्स है, छोटे छोटे. उसमें से 2 हमने कर लिए ऑलरेडी. नाइट्रिक एसिड कर लिया है और एक कोई तो कर लिया, आई थिंक सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड कर लिया है. और 2 बचे हैं, दैट इज HCl एंड अमोनिया. So this is HCl. Very small chapter, very important, small but important because too much of information, which is very important for the exam. ठीक है. HCl important चीज़ें डिस्कस करूँगा मैं. काफ़ी चीज़ें याद रखनी है तो ध्यान से सुनना. कुछ भी नोट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. अगर तुम्हारे पास बुक है तो अंडरलाइन कर सकते हो तुम. मॉलिक्यूलर फॉर्मूला है HCl. मॉलिक्यूलर मास है 36.5 और ये कोवेलेंट कंपाउंड है. ये इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन डॉट स्ट्रक्चर है या फिर कंडेंस्ड फॉर्मूला, और ये उसका ऑर्बिटल डायग्राम. ग्लोबर was the first scientist who prepared this acid HCl in 1648 by heating common salt NaCl with concentrated sulfuric acid. कॉमन सॉल्ट को कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड के साथ हीट करके उसने HCl बनाया. लेवोसियर नेम्ड इट म्यूरियाटिक एसिड. Davy in 1810 named it as hydrochloric acid. ये उसका हिस्ट्री है. हाइड्रोक्लोरिक गैस occurs in free state in volcanic emissions. ये उसका natural occurrence है, volcanic emissions, but it occurs in the form of gas. So when I say HCl, it means two things. HCl can also be gaseous, that is hydrogen chloride gas, or it can be aqueous solution, that is hydrochloric acid. ठीक है. ये aqueous फॉर्म है उसका और ये gaseous फॉर्म है. Hydrochloric acid 0.2 to 0.4% is present in gastric juice of mammals and it helps in digestion. General preparation of hydrogen chloride gas by synthesis, direct combination. Moist hydrogen gas combines with chlorine in the presence of diffused sunlight. इसका रिएक्शन भी दिया है. H2 plus Cl2 gives, in the presence of diffuse sunlight, gives 2HCl. All the constituents are gaseous: hydrogen, chlorine and hydrogen chloride. The reaction is explosive in direct sunlight. Do you know what is diffused sunlight? Diffused sunlight मतलब छांव. धूप छांव. धूप मतलब डायरेक्ट सनलाइट, छांव मतलब डिफ्यूज सनलाइट. Sorry? Yes, exactly. So in daylight, if you carry out this reaction, you get hydrogen chloride gas, but if in direct sunlight, it will be explosive. And this reaction is negligibly fast in the dark. In dark, it does not proceed. However, in the presence of catalyst, such as activated carbon, the reaction takes place even in the dark. Activated carbon absorbs hydrogen, which increases reactivity. Burning jet of hydrogen also burns in chlorine, forming hydrogen chloride. So hydrogen also combines with chlorine in the presence of diffuse sunlight or a catalyst, but also burns in the presence of chlorine to give hydrogen chloride, both the ways. This is direct combination or synthesis. Second method of preparation of HCl is by heating metallic chloride with concentrated sulfuric acid. Any metallic chloride, when heated with concentrated sulfuric acid uh, at different temperatures, NaCl plus H2SO4 has to be heated at a temperature below 200 degrees Celsius. Then it gives sodium hydrogen sulfate and hydrogen chloride gas. NaCl plus H2SO4 if heated above 200 degrees Celsius gives sodium sulfate, not sodium hydrogen sulfate, and HCl gas. Copper chloride and H2SO4 just heated gives copper sulfate plus hydrogen chloride gas. Laboratory preparation of hydrogen chloride. This is important because there will be many uh, reasons, you can say give reasons based on this whole laboratory preparation method. In laboratory, hydrogen chloride gas can be prepared by the action of concentrated sulfuric acid on sodium chloride, which we just saw over here, the first one or the second one. Reactants are sodium chloride and concentrated sulfuric acid. Procedure: set up the apparatus as shown in the figure. There is a flat bottom flask in which there is concentrated sulfuric acid, which is added by a thistle funnel, and there is already sodium chloride, and we'll make sure that the lower end of the thistle funnel is dipped in the sulfuric acid so no gas releases from the thistle funnel. And then there will be another delivery tube which will go to concentrated a jar containing concentrated sulfuric acid that is used for drying purposes, drying the gas which is formed, because we know that concentrated sulfuric acid is a dehydrating agent or drying agent. And then it goes to an empty jar containing air. Okay, and they've shown it here in the diagram that air escapes from above. That means this dry hydrogen chloride gas which is collected here in the jar is heavy. It is heavy, it settles down. Air बाहर चला जाता है, वो नीचे बैठ जाता है एयर की जगह लेके. ठीक है, कैसे करना है देखो. Place some common salt in the flask. यहाँ पे एक स्टार दिया है. Flat bottom flask or round bottom flask can be used. Round bottom flasks are normally used to heat at high temperature. ठीक है, so flask has to be selected accordingly. And pour concentrated sulfuric acid through the thistle funnel. The reaction proceeds slowly in the cold. On heating the mixture gently, there is an effervescence. What do you mean by effervescence? Fizz, bubbles or fizz. Okay, just like when you open a can of soda or a Pepsi or a Coke, you see effervescence. The same kind of effervescence. In chemistry, effervescence generally means uh, production of bubbles or a gas, liberation of gas. And HCl gas is evolved in a controlled manner. The gas is dried by passing through washer bottle containing concentrated sulfuric acid. So this is a washer bottle. Washer bottle, this is known as the middle one. Okay. It has concentrated sulfuric acid to dry the gas. It is collected by upward displacement of air in gas jar. So you should also know that which gas is collected by downward displacement of water and which gas is collected by upward displacement of air. क्योंकि बहुत सारे गैस हमने जब laboratory preparation देखे तो they have different methods of collection. This gas is collected by upward displacement of air because it's heavy. The reaction is NaCl plus H2SO4 gives NaHSO4 plus HCl is liberated below the temperatures of 200 degrees Celsius. Though it is a reversible reaction, yet it goes to completion as hydrogen chloride is continuously escaping as a gas. The reaction can occur up to a stage of formation of sodium sulfate on heating above 200 degrees Celsius. So if you heat uh, these two, you can say, reactants above 200 degrees Celsius, you can get sodium hydrogen sulfate. But then on continuous heating, you will get sodium sulfate plus more HCl gas will be evolved. So NaCl plus H2SO4 above 200 degrees Celsius gives Na2SO4 plus 2HCl. Okay. There are important notes given over here. Sodium chloride is cheap and therefore it is preferred for the preparation of HCl over other metal chlorides. There can be a uh, question why sodium chloride is preferred. Concentrated nitric acid is not used during the preparation of HCl because it is volatile and may volatilize out along with hydrogen chloride. वो खुद गैस में कन्वर्ट होके हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड के साथ मिक्स हो जाता है, इसलिए नाइट्रिक एसिड यूज नहीं करना है. Purification of HCl gas. It is first dried by passing through concentrated sulfuric acid contained in this washer bottle. The other drying agents like phosphorus pentoxide, P2O5, quicklime, CaO, cannot be used since they react with hydrogen chloride. So phosphorus pentoxide plus hydrochloric acid gives POCl3 plus HPO3, that is phosphoric acid, phosphoric acid or hydrogen phosphate, hydrogen phosphine. And calcium oxide is not used as a drying agent because it gives calcium chloride when it reacts with the hydrogen chloride gas. Collection of hydrogen chloride gas is done by downward delivery or upward displacement of air, as it is 1.28 times heavier than air. It is not collected over water since it is highly soluble in water. It is highly soluble in water, so it's not collected over water. Identification. When the jar is completely filled with hydrogen chloride, कैसे पता चलेगा? Fumes appear above the jar's mouth. When hydrogen chloride gas is exposed to air, it gives white fumes. Why? Due to the formation of hydrochloric acid on reacting with atmospheric water vapor. वो moisture के साथ react करके hydrochloric acid बनाता है, and that is very volatile in nature. That's why you see fumes. In order to know whether the gas jar is full, bring a rod dipped in ammonium hydroxide near its mouth. This is the test for ammonium hydroxide as well as hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride gas. So when you bring a glass rod dipped with ammonium chloride near the mouth of the jar containing HCl, it gives white fumes. Dense white fumes of ammonium chloride are formed plus water, which shows that the jar is full of hydrogen chloride gas. Precautions. The lower end of thistle funnel must be dipped in concentrated sulfuric acid. Delivery tube should be dipped in drying agent, that is concentrated sulfuric acid, and temperature is maintained at nearly 200 degrees Celsius, not above it. At higher temperature, above 200 degrees Celsius, there is a risk. The apparatus, which is made of glass, may crack. Fuel is wasted, and sodium sulfate forms a hard crust which sticks to the glass, and it is difficult to remove. So that is not right. So temperature should be nearly 200 degrees Celsius, but not above 200 degrees Celsius. So this is full laboratory preparation of HCl discussed with you. Now some physical properties of hydrogen chloride gas. First thing, it is colorless. It has a pungent choking smell, very strong. It has sour taste. It is corrosive in nature. It irritates nose, throat and lungs. Its density is about 1.25 times more than air. Vapor density of HCl is 18.25 and that of air is 14.4. Its boiling point is minus 83 degrees Celsius. Melting point is minus 113 degrees Celsius. When subjected to high pressure and low temperature, it is liquefied to colorless liquid. Hydrogen chloride gas is highly soluble in water. Solubility. 1 volume of water dissolves 452 volumes of the gas at room temperature. That is exceptionally high. If you have 1 liter of water, you can dissolve 452 liters of HCl in it. HCl being polar covalent compound, it is soluble in organic non-polar solvents also such as acetone and toluene. Matlab, uh, it is not only soluble in water but also soluble in non-polar solvents such as acetone and toluene. Toluene is a organic solvent. Experiments to demonstrate density. To show that HCl gas is heavier than air, it can be proved by pouring the gas with a jar गैस इन अ जार विथ अ बर्निंग कैंडल. मतलब एक जार के अंदर एक बर्निंग कैंडल रखेंगे और उसके ऊपर ऐसे पोर कर देंगे HCl गैस को, तो इट विल गो स्ट्रेट डाउन एंड एक्सटिंग्विश द फ्लेम बिकॉज इट इज नॉट कंबस्टिबल. To show that HCl gas is highly soluble, it can be demonstrated by an experiment known as fountain experiment, as illustrated below. So this is our first fountain experiment. We have not done any fountain experiment till now. One of it is in this chapter, HCl, and other is in ammonia. They both have fountain experiment because both of these gases are highly soluble in water. So what you have to do in fountain gas experiment, now fountain experiment, is you have to take a round bottom flask, fill it completely with HCl gas. Fill a round bottom flask completely with HCl gas. Put a stopper over it. The stopper will have two holes in it. Put a long pipette in one of the hole. Pipette is a tube through which you can transfer liquids. Very thin tube. Okay. So the long one here is a pipette or a jet tube they are telling. Okay. And the short one is a dropper. ड्रॉपर तो एवरीवन मस्ट नो, इंक ड्रॉपर जो होता है वैसा ड्रॉपर. ठीक है. सो थ्रू बोथ दीज होल्स यू हैव टू पुट दीज थिंग्स इन. मेक श्योर दैट ड्रॉपर मस्ट बी फिल्ड विथ वाटर. ड्रॉपर में वाटर होना चाहिए. अच्छा, द लोअर एंड ऑफ द जेट ट्यूब और द पिपेट must be dipped in blue litmus solution. Blue litmus solution. Okay. So we are proving two things with this. HCl is acidic as well as it is highly soluble in water. Highly soluble. Okay. So you have to arrange the setup like this and then you have to press the dropper. When you squeeze the dropper, the bulb of the dropper, few drops of water gets into the round bottom flask and a lot of gas gets dissolved in it. In those few drops, because highly soluble, 1 liter can dissolve 452 liters of HCl. So few drops can also dissolve a lot of HCl gas. As soon as those few drops are released into the tube from the dropper, uh, the gas in the round bottom flask becomes less in volume. That means the round bottom flask becomes partially evacuated. The pressure inside the round bottom flask decreases. Why? Because there is nothing inside now. Very little amount of gas is there. Most of it is empty space or vacuum, and most of the gas is dissolved in that liquid which is released by the dropper. So, to maintain the atmospheric pressure pressurizes the blue litmus solution to get into the jet ट्यूब इनटू द राउंड बॉटम फ्लास्क. तो वो पूरा लिक्विड अंदर से जेट ट्यूब में से ऊपर फोर्स से जाता है और वो पूरा एक फाउंटेन जैसा दिखता है ऊपर. और वो फाउंटेन में ब्लू लिटमस सोल्यूशन है. जैसे ही वो गैस के साथ कांटेक्ट में आता है, दैट इज योर HCl गैस, इट बिकम्स रेड इन कलर. तो एक रेड फाउंटेन दिखता है. एंड वो तब तक दिखता है जब तक पूरा का पूरा HCl गैस डिसॉल्व नहीं हो जाता और अंदर और बाहर का एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर सेम नहीं हो जाता. सो टू बैलेंस द एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर, द फाउंटेन इज क्रिएटेड बाय द एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर. ठीक है. सो इट शोज दैट HCl gas is highly soluble in water because only few drops could create this fountain, and it is acidic in nature because it converts blue litmus solution into red color. Both the things are proved. by this experiment. Chemical properties of hydrogen chloride gas. एक तो है combustibility. The gas is neither combustible nor a supporter of combustion. It does not burn, rather it extinguishes a burning splint. We have known it already ये candle वाले experiment में. Thermal dissociation. On heating above 500 degrees Celsius, if you heat HCl gas above 500 degrees Celsius, it dissociates into hydrogen and chlorine. With metals that come before hydrogen in electrochemical series form their respective chlorides when heated with HCl and liberate hydrogen. So sodium, for example, is above hydrogen in the reactivity series. When it is heated with hydrochloric acid, it forms sodium chloride plus it gives out hydrogen gas. Same goes with calcium, magnesium, zinc and iron. So ये पूरी एक ही pattern है. Reaction with ammonia, very important. Ammonia plus HCl gives dense white fumes of ammonium chloride. वो जो rod dipped in ammonia brought near the mouth of jar containing HCl वाला था, वो same equation फिर से आया. Two gases, this is an example of two gases combined to form a solid. So in your board exams, there was a question asked that give an example with a balanced chemical equation where two gases combine to give a solid. This is the answer. Two gases combine to give a solid. ठीक है? Ammonia plus HCl combines to give ammonium chloride, which is a solid. Hydrochloric acid. Now let's talk about hydrochloric acid because we have gathered all the information regarding hydrogen chloride gas. Remember, we were talking about hydrogen chloride gas up to now, but now we are going to talk about hydrochloric acid, that is the aqueous solution form of hydrochloric acid. Okay, when hydrogen chloride gas is dissolved in water, hydrochloric acid is formed. हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड गैस को जब पानी में डिसॉल्व करते हैं तो हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड बनता है. The covalent compound ionizes in water due to its polar nature. So HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus and Cl minus. Dry hydrogen chloride gas and liquefied hydrogen chloride do not turn blue litmus paper red, showing non-acidic character of the dry gas. सिर्फ तुम्हारे पास ड्राई हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड गैस है या फिर तुम्हारे पास लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड है, उनको अगर तुम उनके अंदर अगर तुम ब्लू लिटमस डालोगे वो रेड नहीं होगा, मतलब उनमें एसिडिक कैरेक्टर नहीं होता. एसिडिक कैरेक्टर के लिए वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल्स चाहिए. Liquefied hydrogen chloride does not conduct electricity as well. It shows covalent nature of hydrogen chloride. So hydrogen is covalent compound, but it is not a simple covalent compound. It is a polar covalent compound. Means hydrogen has got slight positive charge in hydrogen chloride. H is slightly positive and Cl is slightly negative. The gas is also soluble in toluene. I have discussed that earlier. But in that case, it neither turns blue litmus red nor conducts electricity. It indicates that absence of hydronium ion in toluene showing thereby that hydrogen chloride is a covalent compound. ठीक है? अब हम लोग हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड को कन्वर्ट करेंगे हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड में. We will reveal its acidic properties. So what is hydrochloric acid? The aqueous solution of HCl gas is known as hydrochloric acid. मतलब हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड गैस को जब तुम वाटर में डिसॉल्व करोगे, you get hydrochloric acid. It is prepared by dissolving hydrogen chloride gas in water. The gas is passed into water until no more gas is absorbed. हम पूरी इसकी मेथड समझेंगे कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है. The product is concentrated and contains about 36% of hydrogen chloride by mass. Procedure देखो. An inverted funnel connected to the hydrogen chloride gas supply is placed in the beaker. Do you see an inverted funnel? दिख रहा है इन्वर्टेड फनल? ये किससे कनेक्टेड है? HCl गैस का जो लेबोरेटरी प्रिपरेशन किया था ना, वो apparatus से कनेक्टेड है। दैट मीन्स ये इन्वर्टेड फनल इससे कनेक्टेड है। ये वाला जो पाइप है ना, ये वाला, ये पाइप को हम लोग इन्वर्टेड फनल से कनेक्ट कर देते हैं। ठीक है, सो डायरेक्टली HCl गैस बनेगा और वो इन्वर्टेड फनल के थ्रू कहां पे जाएगा बताता हूं। यस, सो inverted funnel connected to hydrogen chloride gas supply is placed in the beaker in such a way that it just touches the water taken in the trough or trough. एक ट्रे या एक ट्रफ या एक ओपन कंटेनर है जिसके अंदर वाटर है, वाटर के ऊपर ये इन्वर्टेड फनल को जस्ट टच करना है उसकी सरफेस पे। हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड गैस आएगा, वो कहां पे जाएगा? वाटर के अंदर। वाटर में तो बहुत जल्दी डिसॉल्व होता है। अब क्या होगा पता है? जैसे ही वो अंदर आएगा हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड गैस और वाटर में डिसॉल्व होगा, ये जो फनल है जो कोनिकल शेप का होता है, ठीक है, उसका नीचे का सरफेस एरिया बहुत बड़ा होता है। तो क्या होगा कि वाटर ऐसे ऊपर राइज करने लगेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि जो हाइड्रोजन गैस डिसॉल्व हो रहा है ना, वहां पे गैस कम हो रहा है, मतलब अंदर का जो एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर है दैट इज डिक्रीजिंग बिकॉज गैस इज गेटिंग डिसॉल्व ना। नाउ देयर इज पार्शियली वैक्यूम, so that to take place of that particular vacuum, this water fills into the cup of that funnel. वो funnel के कप में वाटर भरने लगता है। बट आफ्टर अ सर्टन टाइम वाटर अंदर जाता है, लेकिन ये जो वाटर का लेवल है ना वो नीचे गिर जाता है, क्योंकि वाटर अंदर चला गया बहुत सारा। अब वाटर का लेवल नीचे हो गया और ये कप में जितना वाटर, फनल में जितना वाटर गया है ना, उसका वेट बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, तो वो नीचे गिर जाता है। तो ऊपर जाता है, उसमें हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड पूरा डिसॉल्व हो जाता है और नीचे गिर जाता है। नीचे गिर जाता है, फिर से लेवल, मतलब फनल तो उधर का उधर ही है, तो फनल का जो लेवल है that again comes in contact with the surface of water, and you know that hydrogen chloride gas is highly soluble in water, so more hydrogen chloride gas comes through the funnel, gets dissolved, the water rises up, falls down, water rises up, falls down due to weight। तो ऐसा कंटिन्यूस होता रहता है until maximum amount of hydrogen chloride gas gets dissolved into the water। मतलब गैस जब डिसॉल्व हुआ वाटर में, वो क्या बनाएगा? एक्वस सोल्यूशन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड, दैट इज हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड। दैट इज हाउ इट इज प्रिपेयर्ड। सो व्हाई वी टेक funnel? Why not a tube? Because if you take a tube, the water will rise into that tube and go into the apparatus where HCl is created, और वहां पे तो इट विल बी लाइक, वहां पे पता है तुम्हें लास्ट क्या था? वॉशर बॉटल था। वॉशर बॉटल के साथ, वॉशर बॉटल के अंदर क्या था? सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड था, क्योंकि वो ड्राई करने के लिए हम लोग यूज करते हैं। सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड के साथ अगर वाटर कांटेक्ट में आया तो क्या होगा? हाँ, इट विल बी एक्सप्लोसिव। सो इट शुड नॉट हैपन। इसलिए ट्यूब नहीं यूज करते हैं, क्योंकि ट्यूब का सरफेस एरिया छोटा होता है, ट्यूब का क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया छोटा होता है, तो उसमें इजीली वाटर की क्वांटिटी ऊपर चली जाएगी। बट फनल का जो शेप है ना, इट हैज अ लार्ज सरफेस, क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया, सो फनल में वाटर ऊपर नहीं जा पाता, इसलिए फनल का यूज किया जाता है। देखो यहाँ पे लिखा भी है वो लोग ने, मैंने पूरा तुम्हें एक्सप्लेन किया। आई एम गोइंग टू रीड इट बिकॉज यू नीड टू फ्रेम द आंसर ऑल्सो। मैकेनिज्म बाय विच बैक सक्शन इज अवॉइडेड और मिनिमाइज। बैक सक्शन समझ में आया ना? बैक सक्शन मतलब वाटर का ऊपर ड्रॉ होना, ठीक है। Funnel arrangement prevents or minimizes back suction of water. It provides large surface area for absorption of HCl gas. Why is funnel arrangement used? Hydrogen chloride gas is sufficiently soluble, so it is absorbed in water more quickly than it is being generated in the flask. In this case, the pressure in the delivery tube and the flask is reduced, and the atmospheric pressure from outside forces the water to get into the funnel, into the delivery tube. This effect is called back suction. If the tube is made of ordinary narrow glass tubing, the water will quickly fill it and pass over into the generating flask. This would stop the reaction and might result in an explosion due to the heat produced when water comes in contact with the hot sulfuric acid. That is not required. And that's why, to prevent back suction, we use a large volume of tube, that is inverted funnel. Precaution: To prevent such an accident, an empty flask, anti-suction device is put between generative flask and water trough. In case the back suction occurs, water will collect in that empty flask and will not reach the generating flask. A dilute aqueous solution of hydrochloric acid gets gradually concentrated on distillation till the concentration of the acid reaches 22.2% HCl by weight and 77.8% water by weight, which boils at 110 degrees Celsius. No further increase in concentration is possible on boiling, as the molecules of HCl get mixed with water vapors. A constant boiling mixture or azeotrope is a solution which boils without any change in its composition. HCl acid forms constant boiling mixture at 110 degrees Celsius. So no matter how much you heat it, you cannot heat it beyond 110 degrees Celsius. And the maximum concentration is 22.2% of HCl by weight. Properties of hydrochloric acid, these are the physical properties. Color is not there, it's colorless. It has pungent choking smell, it has a sour taste, it is concentrated acid. Concentrated acid is corrosive and causes blisters on the skin. It is readily soluble in water in all proportions, and its boiling point is 110 degrees Celsius, where it is volatile in nature. Chemical properties देखो बहुत easy है. Now you will realize that most of the chemical properties you have studied in the chapter acid, bases and salts, and that is true because this is an acid. We have already studied in details about acid, bases and salts. So these chemical properties are not something new for you. Number one, nature. Aqueous solution is strongly acidic. It turns moist litmus, blue moist litmus into red, orange, methyl orange from orange to pink, and phenolphthalein from colorless to it remains colorless. Action on metals. Hydrochloric acid reacts with metals above hydrogen in the reactivity series to form respective metallic chlorides and evolving hydrogen. We have seen it in acid, bases and salts. Also, we have read it in class 9th in the chapter hydrogen. So these are all not new things. Action on oxides and hydroxides. Metallic oxides react with hydrochloric acids to give metallic chloride plus water. This is a kind of which reaction is this? Neutralization reaction. Because metallic oxides are basic in nature, hydrochloric acid is acidic. Base plus acid gives salt and water only. With salts of weaker acids, it decomposes salts of weaker acids, that is carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, sulfides and bisulfides. Sulfides and sulfides. Like carbonate decomposes in the presence of hydrochloric acid to give metallic chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Sulfate gives metallic chloride, water and sulfur dioxide, and metallic sulfides decompose into metallic chloride and hydrogen sulfides. Action on thiosulfates. This is new and this is not part of your uh, acid, bases and salt syllabus. ये नया है. ध्यान रख ये सब ना information याद नहीं रहेगी. I'm sure you are not very good at chemistry. Are you? Are you good at chemistry or not? Not ना, because there is a lot to remember. So ये थियोसल्फेट वाला तो अंडरलाइन कर लो. है थियोसल्फेट उसमें? रहेगा ही. ये तुम्हारा विराफ है ना? 100% विराफ में तो सब कुछ ही है भर भर के. If you don't remember this, ये क्वेश्चन आया कल एग्जाम में या कभी भी, you lose marks because this is really weird. Dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with thiosulfates to produce sulfur dioxide gas and yellow sulfur is precipitated. Dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with thiosulfate. Which thiosulfate do we have here? This is sodium thiosulfate. Na2S2O3 plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O plus SO2 plus S. Unique reaction. You've not seen any pattern of it earlier. This reaction can be used as a test, इसलिए important भी है, for distinguishing thiosulfates and sulfites, as sulfur is not precipitated when sulfites are reacted with dilute HCl. When sulfites are reacted with dilute HCl, sulfur dioxide is formed. But when thiosulfates are reacted with dilute HCl, sulfur is formed as a precipitate. Reaction with nitrates. Dilute HCl does not normally react with nitrates. However, lead nitrate and mercury 1 nitrate react with hydrochloric acid to give white precipitate of lead and mercury chloride. Lead nitrate and mercury nitrate only react with HCl to give lead chloride and mercury chloride plus nitric acid. Silver nitrate solution react with hydrochloric acid and it gives thick curdy white precipitate of silver chloride. Silver nitrate plus HCl gives AgCl plus HNO3. The white precipitate is insoluble in nitric acid but soluble in ammonium hydroxide solution and forms a complex salt called diamine silver chloride. तो ये जो white precipitate बना है AgCl का, इसका भी एक टेस्ट है. It is insoluble in nitric acid, but when you dissolve it in ammonium hydroxide, it dissolves and it forms a complex salt AgNH3 twice Cl, which is diamine silver chloride plus water. When dilute nitric acid is added to the clear solution of diamine silver chloride, a white precipitate of silver chloride is formed again. So diamine silver chloride plus nitric acid gives white precipitate of silver chloride. When exposed to light, silver 1 chloride blackens since it decomposes into chlorine and metallic silver, which is liberated as fine black powder. AgNO3 is used as a test for hydrochloric acid and also for chloride ion. AgNO3. तो सबसे पहले ये स्टोरी शुरू हुआ है, दैट इज रिएक्शन विद नाइट्रेट. नाइट्रेट बहुत ही अजीब तरीके से HCl के साथ रिएक्ट करता है. एक तो सारे नाइट्रेट रिएक्ट करते नहीं है, दूसरा लेड और सिर्फ मर्क्यूरी और लेड के नाइट्रेट रिएक्ट करते हैं, और सिल्वर का जो नाइट्रेट है उसकी स्टोरी अलग ही है. सिल्वर नाइट्रेट सिल्वर क्लोराइड बनाता है. ये सिल्वर क्लोराइड अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड में सोल्यूबल है, नाइट्रिक एसिड में नहीं है सोल्यूबल. अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड में डिसॉल्व होकर डायमाइन सिल्वर क्लोराइड बनाता है. ये डायमाइन सिल्वर नाइट्रिक एसिड में डिसॉल्व होता है और व्हाइट प्रेसिपिटेट ऑफ सिल्वर क्लोराइड बनाता है. सो ये जो सिल्वर क्लोराइड है, जब उसको लाइट से एक्सपोज करोगे तो इट गिव्स आउट क्लोरीन एंड सिल्वर. So AgNO3 is a test for hydrochloric acid for these reasons. On warming with metallic nitrites NO2, dilute hydrochloric acid gives metallic chlorides and oxides of nitrogen. So this is also one very peculiar reaction of metallic nitrite or sodium nitrite with hydrochloric acid. It gives metallic chloride, water and oxides of nitrogen, NO and NO2, monoxide and dioxide. Then oxidation of hydrochloric acid. Concentrated hydrochloric acid can readily be oxidized to chlorine by strong oxidizing agents such as manganese dioxide, lead dioxide and red lead. Alternately, we can say that hydrochloric acid readily reduces these compounds. So manganese oxide, lead oxide, red lead, पोटेशियम परमैंगनेट, ब्लीचिंग पाउडर, कैल्शियम ऑक्सीक्लोराइड, ये सारे कंपाउंड्स ये ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट होते हैं क्योंकि उनके पास ऑक्सीजन है. ये जब भी कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं तो ये रिस्पेक्टिव मेटालिक क्लोराइड बनाते हैं प्लस वाटर प्लस क्लोरीन रिलीज होता है. तो ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड एक अलग है टॉपिक जो अभी तक हमने नहीं पढ़ा है, फर्स्ट टाइम पढ़ रहे हैं इस चैप्टर में हम लोग. ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, एक्शन ऑन थियोसल्फेट्स, रिएक्शन विद नाइट्रेट्स, ये सब नए टॉपिक है. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एक्वारेजिया ये हमने पढ़ा हुआ है. 3 वॉल्यूम ऑफ HCl and 1 volume of nitric acid gives aquaregia. What is exactly aquaregia? Aquaregia is NOCl plus 2H2O plus nascent chlorine. What is NOCl? Nitrosyl chloride plus water plus nascent chlorine. ये जो नेसेंट क्लोरीन है ना, इट रिएक्ट्स विद नोबल मेटल्स लाइक गोल्ड एंड प्लैटिनम टू गिव देयर सोल्यूबल क्लोराइड्स। मतलब ये गोल्ड को भी और प्लैटिनम को भी डिसॉल्व कर देता है। गोल्ड क्लोराइड बनाता है और प्लैटिनम क्लोराइड बनाता है। सो एक्वा रेजिया कैन इवन डिसॉल्व गोल्ड। Uses of hydrochloric acid. We are at the end now. General uses in the laboratory, hydrochloric acid is used as a reagent and for preparation of aqua regia. Industrial use in the manufacture of chlorine and chlorides. For example, ammonium chloride used in dry cells, dyes, drugs, paints, photographic chemicals, silver chloride, all prepared from HCl. Glucose is extracted from starch using HCl. In industry, to pickle steel. Pickle, what is pickle? Pickling, not pickle matlab achar. Pickling of metals is a process of removal of oxide coating from the surfaces of metals before they are painted, electroplated or galvanized. क्लीन करने के लिए, मेटल की सरफेस को क्लीन करने के लिए HCl का यूज होता है, because HCl dissolves oxides. Steel, before being plated with tin or chromium, has to be purified by pickling in HCl and some inhibitors. For purifying bone black, bone black is a compound of carbon obtained from bones of animals because HCl dissolves the calcium phosphate present in the bones. तो बोन से बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स बनते हैं एनिमल के। बोन ब्लैक एक प्रोडक्ट है विच इज द सब्सटीट्यूट ऑफ कार्बन। ठीक है, सो बोन ब्लैक ऑब्टेन करने के लिए बोन्स को एसिड में डिसॉल्व करते हैं जिससे बोन ब्लैक मिलता है, प्यूरिफाइड बोन ब्लैक। टू रिमूव रस्ट फ्रॉम आयरन शीट्स, for cleaning metal surfaces before painting, electroplating, galvanizing, soldering, etc. In the extraction of glue from bones, in tanning and calico printing industry. These are all industries. You want to know what is calico printing? Go to Google and find it out. You will get exact, because I cannot give you one word definition of calico printing. It's a particular type of printing, but you need to get the details if you want. Okay. Medicine. Dilute HCl is prescribed to patients with decreased activity of their gastric juices. HCl acid helps in the digestion of proteins and also in the destroying microorganisms that enter the alimentary canal along with the food. Tests for hydrogen chloride and hydrochloric acid. HCl gas possesses a characteristic irritating smell. ये उसका और एक टेस्ट है, which is physical test. It gives thick white fumes of ammonium chloride when glass rod dipped in ammonia solution is held near the vapors of the acid, जो पहले ही पढ़ा था हमने. Third test, with silver nitrate solution, both gas and acid gives white precipitate of silver chloride. This precipitate is insoluble in nitric acid but soluble in ammonium hydroxide. A greenish yellow gas, chlorine, is liberated when concentrated hydrochloric acid is heated with oxidizing agent like manganese dioxide. The gas liberated turns moist starch iodide paper blue black. You must remember all this. Okay, so that was your chapter. So see, this is chemistry. It's more about information. Let me stop the recording.